Hello, children. It was date night. Yeah, I dress up. Previous to this morning when I filmed it, when I came out, like, I actually clean up pretty good. So, I wanted to do this video for posterity. And what that means is, I'm not trying to do it to convince anybody. I'm doing it so that there's a record of somebody saying, hey, morons, this is what's going to happen. And then, like the housing bubble, like the education bubble, and like the dot-com bubble, there's going to be a bunch of fucking retards going, what the hell you guys know? What you know, man? Yeah. And then I'll say, hey, look at this. I told you back way when, da-da-da-da-da. All right, now, it is my opinion, but it'll come true. The United States will collapse. And I don't know how. Like, crash, maybe, or just a slow decay like France and the rest of Europe. I don't know. But inevitably, it's going to collapse. And all empires do collapse. So this is not a huge bet I'm taking. But I'm saying, our lifetimes, definitely our children's lifetimes, you're going to see the United States at least go through a very harsh, come-to-Jesus sort of meeting with the economic realities. And when this happens, when this bad economic thing happens, you are going to have the dumb people come out and blame capitalism, because we all know that the United States is capitalist, and this is the evil economic system we have, blah, blah, blah. But, again, this is for posterity. I want to point out a couple things, right? Namely, that the United States is not capitalist, all right? We do not have a capitalist nation. We do not have a free market economy, right? And I'm going to point this out to you. This isn't an opinion. This isn't, well, I think we don't have a free market. No, we don't. And just permit me these couple of few points I have up here, right? One, government spending as a percentage of GDP. That is probably the most precise number you're going to get. If there's one number to use to determine whether or not a country is capitalist or socialist or communist, this is it. In other words, what percentage of your economy is government? And I know I'm dumbing it down or leaving a lot on the floor because there's revenue and da-da-da, well, then people would argue. But ultimately, what determines whether or not you are a free market economy or a socialist economy is how big is your government as a percentage of the economy. In the United States, it's 40%. And you don't have to believe me. Look it up. Most people's minds are like, I can't know, way, man. That's not right. We're like capitalists because we were told that. All right? Look it up. OECD, or if you don't believe the OECD, look it up on the Bureau, Fred database. Look it up on the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Look at it, take it, figure it out. I don't care. It's up to you to prove me wrong. But I'm not. I'm right. Okay? So you tell me, 40%, no, that's not like Sweden, which is like 55. But that's Norway, that's Canada, and all these other wonderful socialist countries. You all, oh, look at that. Oh. So we're on par with those countries. All right? So Switzerland is less than us. I think they're 35. Right? So right there, if you want a precise numerical statistic, there you go. Now, the other thing, well, geez, Aaron, 40% of our economy is spent, but it's all military. It's all military. No, it's not. 70% of our money is spent on social programs. Welfare, WIC, welfare, Medicare, Medicaid, all that. 70%. is basically transferring money to other people, wealth transfers. Now let me think, if this was a capitalist nation, would the budget, the majority of it, 70% of it, go to other people? And it's not the poor giving 70% of their money to the rich. It is the rich giving 70% of the money to the poor, on the budget anyway. Right? That is very much a socialist budget. So don't come in here and, oh, it's not socialist. Oh, well, yeah, but what about the corporate tax breaks, man? What about the... Shut up and look at the budget. You don't even know what a corporate tax break is. You really don't. All these idiots, well, yeah, the rich oil companies, if we didn't just give them tax, and not one liberal has ever showed to me mathematically what they're talking about from an accounting perspective, because they don't know accounting. They don't know what a tax break is or a tax write-off is. But I don't have time to go into a boring, and I'm not trying to sidestep the issue. Look it up. Figure it out. In the meantime, our budget, 70% of it, goes from rich people, or people who are middle income, to poor people. Wealth transfers, right? Not capitalist. Socialist. Another thing, regulation. You can't shit. Actually, you can't shit in a national park without the national park ranger coming over there and telling you that you have to bury it 6. They can't be by the line, and you can't urinate within 10 feet of the park of the trail, because then bears come up and they smell the salts in your urine. I'm not joking. Look it up, people. Go to Glacier National. Actually, don't go to Glacier National. Just go to the Bighorn Mountains. It's much more. It's easier. It's a national forest. You have to deal with these fucking Nazi ranger park people. Besides, the truth is, these park rangers, not all of them. Some of them are pretty badass, but trust me, you could take them in a back alley fight any day. You're not talking rough and tumble park ranger. You're talking old timers, baby boomer hippies that want to go out and be with nature, and some young punk kids who had majored in environmental science. But in any case, that's national parks. Look at business. Look, if you want the oil pipeline, good lord. Can't get that done. No, we can't do environmental impact study, global warming. Why start a business? Why? And then not to mention quotas and hiring and all this other stuff, and you get audited and EEOC and all this sexual harassment. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking joking? That's not a capitalist. Capitalists do this. They say, hey, you know what? You hire whoever you want. If you're stupid enough to hire some idiot hick because he's white and not hire an intelligent black man because you're racist, guess what? Your company's going to suffer and lose out to the company that's going to hire the competent black guy instead of Enos the slackjaw yokel over there. Right? But no, they got to get in and they got to go ahead. All right, so whatever. Is that capitalist? No, it's not. You look at how much intervention the government has in employment and the labor market, environmentalism, our education system. Forget it. Don't tell me that this is a free market. It's not free. It's anything but. Obamacare. Hey, you got it, guys. National health care. There you go. Never mind, it's nowhere near as efficient as nationalized health services in other countries. Never mind, I will be intellectually honest and say I'd rather have what they got in Switzerland or most European countries than what we got now. But now you got it. Hey, so when all of a sudden, all those you young kids out there, you're getting laid off. All you people, you part-timers, getting your hours knocked down below 32. That's because that's Obamacare, right? Yeah, that must help the economy. But then again, I'm not here to debate Obamacare. I'm here to ask you, is that capitalist or socialist? By definition, the government providing health care is a socialist cause du jour. So is Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. Those aren't capitalist things. And those account for the vast majority of our budget and our budget deficits. And don't tell me it's the military. Look it up. We could do a whole other series called Look It the Fuck Up. Like how your mom asks you, how do I get? And you want to say, look it the fuck up on Google. Or when someone asks you, well, what does this mean? And that? Look it the fuck up on Google. So you guys, look at the fuck up on the Fred database. Look at the fuck up on budget.gov. You could look it up, but then again, that's too much effort for you liberals and leftists to go look stuff up. You'd rather just say, I'm for the children, I'm for the little people. There, that's all warm, fuzzy. God, I can't wait for the economy to collapse. I just can't. Because when water isn't running and there's a cholera breakout, you could tell us all about how wonderful it was that you were for the children. As child corpses are along the road, hey, we did it for the children. Death for the children. See, that's getting back to my previous video that I did. And let's talk about the private sector, okay? Capitalism is free market competition, but fair. No company has one advantage over the other. What we have now, and I think some of the leftists will agree with me on this, is a bunch of lobbying, rent-seeking, cocksucking motherfuckers. General Electric, especially you cocksuckers, making us buy the light bulbs. Light bulbs. We have to have a certain type of light bulb. All right? That's not free competition. That's not letting the best company or the best man win. There, I think we can all agree. What is it, K Street, J Street? Where do the lobbies hang out? Just send in SEAL Team 6, wipe them all out. That alone would boost GDP by 6% in one quarter. So I think we all agree that what we have now is crony capitalism. That's the correct term, but it's definitely not capitalism as real capitalists espouse. Right? So, in general, let's explain what's going on. Capitalism is a meritocracy, right? It is the best man wins, right? And we don't have that right now. What we have is, instead of rewarding the best, instead of rewarding the hardest working, instead of having a fair system, we reward basically the biggest losers and parasites of our society. We don't champion our champions. We ridicule them and mock them. Oh, you gain unfair advantage. You gained unjustly. You need to pay more in debt. We punish our successful, right? And then we reward our degenerates. We reward the single moms. We reward the welfare bum that can't support themselves. We reward all the people who have fake disability claims and can fake, oh, I got bipolar, oh, I got ADD, I got this, I got that, oh my goodness, I need money. We reward, who else are the scum that we reward? Oh, we reward idiots for majoring in stupid subjects and we'll bail them out. We reward idiots who make stupid investments in banks. We bail out bankers. We bail out investment banks. We're going to bail out student loans. We pretty much bail out anyone who is a parasite, and shield them from the cost of their own mistakes. That's what we do. Be it having kids you can't afford, buying a house you can't afford, majoring in a stupid subject and taking on student loans you couldn't afford. Let's take it from this Bill Gates moron, this asshole Bill Gates. Let's see, what has he done for society? And Steve Jobs, God, that fag. Oh yeah, look at the turtlenecks. He totally fucking didn't earn that. We should take that money and give it to Cletus the slackjaw yokel, living in his trailer park, doing meth, beating his wife, and spitting out more kids and collecting welfare. That's who we should give it to. Hey, and we got some money. Hey, Chip Chipperson of Goldman Sachs. Yeah, I'm from the Ivy League and I graduated. And, Chip Chipperson and me and Chaz and me and Thaddeus McWinthrop IV, we're going to start a new bank. We're going to lend to subprime mortgages. Let's bail out that sucking piece of shit. And, you get the idea. All right. Now, what's great about this is I don't care how much brainwashing you received. I don't care what you think you know, because you don't know. Bo knows. Do any of you guys remember that from the late 80s? Bo knows. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows soccer. But Bo don't know economics. Just like you guys don't know. You don't know economics. What's going to be great about this is it will come crashing down, because everything, every ounce of economic production, every ounce of economic success, every economic solution has to come from the people, has to come from the private sector. The government just doesn't print off money. I mean, it does, and then you have inflation, but the government doesn't get its real money, its purchasing power, from out of the air or from borrowing from the Chinese. It inevitably, borrowed or currently spent, has to come from the economic production of the private sector, of the people. And the only economic system that champions the private sector and excellence and progress and prosperity is capitalism. The rest of it is merely rationalizations and mental acrobatics to take other people's money and give it to people who don't deserve it. That's it. And like I said, I wrote the book Enjoy the Decline. I don't have faith that the American people are smart enough to figure that out. That simple thing, they can't figure that out. They just can't figure that out. That's why I'm betting against you. So I'm going to enjoy watching the decline. I'm going to enjoy watching you people who are mindless automatons, you sheeple, voting for these leftist socialists. Well, they're actually quite brilliant to convince you guys that it's still George Bush's fault that this economy sucks. But I'm just going to enjoy watching you being so confused, where you vote constantly like the blacks of Detroit did for liberal causes and Democrat causes and socialist causes, only to have absolute jack shit in your lives ruined. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to enjoy it. I am. Right? Now, I'm not going to be rich myself, even though I do look like $1 million today. But no, it's just good because there's nothing. What am I going to do? What are hardworking people? What are entrepreneurs supposed to do in this country? Really? Go bust their ass off so you can hate us just as much as Bill Gates or Steve Jobs? And, we benefited unfairly. Fuck it. Nope. Getting drunk, playing video games, smoking cigars. Smoke them while you got them. So, in any case, it's not an economic lesson. I like to say, hopefully we learned something today here, kids, in our economic lesson. This isn't that. This is just me telling you how it's going to happen, what the potential solution was, showing it to you now, so that when everything in the United States is like Detroit, you can look back at this and still come up with some weird psycho-rationalization as to why I'm wrong, and we just need a little more spending. Toodles.